Alright, Geomathor is helping a group of travelers through a narrow pass in the mountains. There are some large chaos stones blocking the path. He has located an empty space to move the stones so that they won't interfere with this group or any group that comes after them, and he needs help to place the stones carefully to make them fit. In order to do so, he has decided to use a scale drawing to help him place the stones. He measured the empty space to be 8 feet wide and 9 feet long. He adjusted his scale to fit on the grid as shown. Each tiny square is 0.5 inches on each side. 25 tiny squares make up each larger square. What is the scale of Geomathor's blueprint? Enter your answer as a fraction. Okay, so on this, we normally have a basic equation of the scale being multiplied by the actual measurement, and that's going to equal the scaled measurement. So, the first thing that I'm noticing is that this empty space was given to be 8 feet wide and 9 feet long. However, the tiny squares is given to be 0.5 inches. So I want to convert everything to inches so that we have all the same measurements. So 8 feet times 12 inches, because there's 12 inches in a foot, that's going to give us 96 inches. And we're going to do that with our 9 feet long. 9 feet times those 12 inches, because 12 inches is in a foot. That's going to give us 108 inches. Okay, so now that we have everything in the same units, we're going to keep going on. So now, noticing that the drawing, I want to find out how long it is in the drawing, the length and the width. So the width is, if you notice these boxes, the tiny ones, 0.5 inches, there are 5 of them in one big box. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 24 boxes. 24 boxes. And if I multiply that by 0.5 inches, because that's how long each side is, so 24 boxes times 0.5 inches, that's going to give me 12 inches. So in this drawing, the width right here is 12 inches. So let's just mark that right there. Width. Okay, so this is the scaled width. So if we come up here and use this basic equation, we don't know what the scale is. We do know that the actual width is 96 inches. And we do know that the scaled width is 12 inches. So in order to find our scale, we're going to take 96, divide by 96 inches on both sides. So we're going to divide by 96 inches and 96 inches. So if you come up to your calculator, actually it's wanting a fraction, so you can just type in 12 divided by 96. And if you click check, it says you said the scale of the drawing is 1/8. And then it steps us through exactly what we did. They reduced it right here instead of using a calculator, and that's how they got 1/8. So I'm just going to use that the scale is equal to 12 divided by 96, which equals 1/8 of an inch. So now let's move on. Okay, so Geomathor measured the first chaos stone to be 152 inches wide and 74 inches long. What is the scaled length of the first stone? Okay, so we are trying to find the scaled measurement, which is awesome because this basic equation is set up to equal the scaled measurement. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plug and chug repeatedly. So if we substitute the scale, which is 1/8, and that will never change, times the actual measurement. This will change depending on whether they're wanting us to find the length or the width. So this one is asking us to find the length first, and so if you look, it says it was 152 inches wide and 74 inches long. So this is going to be 74 right there. So we have 1/8 times 74. So if we jump over to our calculator, we have 1/8 times 74. That's 9.25. So our scaled length is 9.25 inches. So what is the scaled width of the first stone? So again, our basic equation is going to be the scale times the actual measurement, and the actual measurement is 152 inches wide. So we're going to type this into our calculator. 1/8, our scale times our actual measurement, which is 152. That's 19. Good job. So now this one is asking, Geomathor measured the second chaos stone to be 89.6 inches wide and 48 inches long. What is the scaled length of the second stone in inches? So again, if we go to our basic equation, it states the scale times the actual measurement to find our scaled measurement. So our scale is 1/8 times the actual measurement. The length of this is going to be 48. So this is 6. So the scaled length of the second stone is 6 inches. What is the scaled width of the second stone? Okay, so our basic equation is our scale, 1/8, times the actual measurement. The actual measurement is 89.6 inches. So our scaled measurement is 11.2 inches. Okay, Geomathor measured the third chaos stone to be 115 inches wide and 72 inches long. So we're going to find out what is the scaled length of the third stone. So our scale is 1/8. We're going to multiply that by the actual length that was measured, which was 72. And that gives us 9. So our third stone is 9 inches. What is the scaled width of the third stone? So the scaled width, again, is our scale times the actual width, which is 115.2. And this is going to give us our scaled width of 14.4 inches. Alright, now place the chaos stones in the space so that they do not touch each other. Click and drag the corners of the stones to move them. Use the sliders below to rotate the stones. So these move it left and right. I'm just going to see if they'll all fit vertically. So there's stone 1, stone 2, and stone 3. So they're not touching. I know it looks a little crazy for the path, but meets the requirement that they're not touching. And I'll click check. Good work. With this plan, Geomathor will be able to help the people pass through the trail. Alright, to get credit for this activity, copy and paste this code in. So I hope that helps.